You can't have long-term affairs with 6 different partners.
Yeah, unless he's juggling multiple phone accounts or something.
Right. And some men try to do that, but I think could be very taxing.
So another one of our heroes, a cultural icon, Andrew Huberman, bro science guru, has been caught with his pants around his ankles. He's been exposed by all the women that he's been banging and stuff. And I know what a lot of disaffected young men in the comments might start saying about me. They'll say, you know what, you're just like that fox in Aesop's fables who couldn't get the grapes, and so he decided that they were sour after all. Didn't want the grapes, did he? You seem to think that all men in this situation would do the same thing that Andrew Huberman's doing. You'd just be going around banging women in every city. Well, I wish I could show you my DMs, because I gotta tell you, it's scary in there, right? You can't move for, men and women. That's all I'll say. But you have to be kept. The men are so aggressive, right? I don't like the women's messages, but the men, oh. A guy the other day sent me a video of him, well, I won't say what he was doing, but it was pretty disgusting. It was pretty disturbing. It's just annoying that, us good guys, we never get exposed for our goodness. It's like when you see a meme of Keanu Reeves, 5 women come forward accusing Keanu Reeves of extremely appropriate behavior. We all love those memes. We all laugh. And I'm basically like the Keanu Reeves of whatever this is, mid-size YouTube channels. That's me. That's the reputation I have. Anyway, let's get into the story. Let's see what this Huberman has been accused of.
Oh, Daniel Boland, this is a heavy hitter. Do you guys know who this is?
Okay, so let's get into this article then. Podcasting health guru and Stanford doc Andrew Huberman is accused of being a womanizer who had an affair with 5 women at once and may have given one an STI. Nice. But he insisted he was just a love addict. So you see, he was just addicted to love. That and scheming and lying and plotting and ploying against his long-term girlfriend, against all these other women who didn't know about each other. Here's the problem, right? Michael Jackson did whatever he did or didn't. A musician, an actor can do something crazy, right? And I can separate their art from the person. I don't care what they get up to. They can bugger well, I won't. Anyway, point is, Andrew Huberman is a bro science guru, okay? He's teaching disaffected young men how to live their best lives, right? And I guess a lot of them kind of would want to be going around banging chicks in every city, like this guy. But I just think sometimes, and I don't mean to be patronizing, but if any of you disaffected young men are listening today, listen to what I'm saying. Your gurus, your self-help guys that are getting millions of people watching them, this is all vanity-driven. I'm on YouTube, it's vanity-driven, okay? I'm doing this because I'm a little bit vain and I want people to look at me, all right? I don't know what happened to me as a child to make me like this, but it is what it is. And these guys who reach the very top, particularly a neuroscientist like Andrew Huberman, who clearly, he's very big, he's very buff, he looks after his appearance a lot. There's a lot of vanity in that. Now, there's nothing wrong with vanity per se, okay, unless it goes too far. You don't want to be narciss and drowning in the... Well, anyway, the point is, and I'm getting to the point, I am making a point, disaffected young men, don't switch off, don't start calling me a fox, okay? Silver fox. I'm getting a few grey hairs coming through, which I'm quite pleased about, turning into a silverback. The point is that this guy has got to the point he has by an absolutely unquenchable thirst for attention and what do you call it? Vindication. What is it? He wants people to love him. He's going on every podcast there is going. Okay? Don't get me wrong. Of course I would love to have millions of views on every video. Of course I would. Alright? I'm extremely vain. But these guys that make it to the very top, a lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them, you just have to wonder sometimes. You need to keep one eye on them. How are they so driven to go on 18 podcasts a week and talk for 3.5 hours at a time about how to live your best life? Is it purely, is it driven by a desire to get their message out there? This guy's a neuroscientist. He's a nerd. He should be a nerd. He should be in a lab somewhere studying neurons or teaching the next generation of nerds at Stanford University. But instead, he's got millions and millions of online followers, and he's banging chicks in every city. Now, it seems inevitable to me. It doesn't surprise me when these people turn out to be not who they say they are. I'm just saying, all right? I'm better than him. In every way, disaffected young men. You should come and watch me instead. Anyway, one of America's most popular podcasters and health influencers has been accused of womanizing and sexually irresponsible behavior. Who hasn't, am I right, eh? Including dating 5 women at the same time. One suggests he gave her an STI. Ugh, STI is disgusting. That's your penitence, you know. That's what God gives the degenerates. STDs. Thank you, God. Restoring order to the universe. Andrew Huberman is a neuroscientist based at Stanford University who shares health advice to his 6 million Instagram followers, 5.2 million subscribers to his YouTube channel, and most importantly of all, I am not jealous. Okay, I'm fine. If we make 100,000 subscribers, that'll be great. If we don't, c'est la vie. Okay, that's my attitude. You know, I have no aspirations to have a girl in every port. You know, no way. Not me. That ain't what the Daniel Boland show is all about. He is well known for his macho attitude and self-improvement videos tailored to men, and is regarded by some as being one of the top bro science influencers, a category of science-themed social media content aimed at men. Maybe I should be doing that, eh? I get the disaffected young men demographic watching the Daniel Boland show, eh? If I start behaving like a real macho bastard all the time. Huh? Now a damning report has provided illuminating insight into Mr. Huberman's personal life, and this is some crazy ass shit. But just take a look at the pictures of him. He's always got this very curated smile going on. I remember watching a podcast of him on Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz, the worst podcast you can possibly go on, right? It's just awful. Him and all of his sycophantic friends shouting over each other, all trying to be funny, slapping their laps. He was on there. And I remember watching Andrew Huberman on that show. There was something about the way he contained himself. Too much stoicism. There's an indication that someone's evil. But he had to hate these guys. Right? This guy's an intellectual. He's trying to talk about serious topics. And they're all just like, bro. Right? He must have wanted to die. I wanted to die. Testimonies from 5 women paint the podcaster as a promiscuous serial dater who subjected romantic partners to aggressive outbursts, betrayal, and infidelity. Now, this is the thing. That's what I mean. When you see somebody who controls themselves very well in public, I often think, what lies beneath, what murky waters. You know, what they say, the still river runs deep. I don't know if that applies here, but it does in my mind. It's always the quiet ones, isn't it, who belittle women and do whatever he's been accused of. Eventually, the victims are said to have learned about each other and formed an unlikely friendship, confronting Huberman about his actions. Accounts include that one of his former partner of 5 years, who says that Huberman had affairs with multiple women, sometimes even arranging dates on the same day. I mean, this is all Adderall-fueled lunacy. Surely. I mean, people who do this, the guy's a lunatic if this is true. I mean, this is all allegedly, but it's insane. The guy's going on 18 podcasts a week, and he's arranging multiple dates with multiple women. His personal life is a complete fucking mess, and he's telling everyone how they should be living, right? He's got all this advice for young men, and there is something you can see in these people's eyes, in their demeanor, right? The lack of, I don't know what it is. There's too much surface level control in some people. And I think if you're controlling the surface so well, maybe you're not controlling, I don't want to go all Jungian on your asses here again, but it's that kind of, the person that the world sees becomes very separate from the person at home, that kind of thing. You know what I'm on about. She claims, this is his girlfriend of 5 years, she claims he made derogatory comments about her, including likening dating her to bobbing for apples in feces, which he denied. Now, that does sound incredibly specific, doesn't it? Why would anyone invent that? He said that dating me was like bobbing for apples in feces. Now, there's nothing illegal about that. There should be. I hate it when people are unnecessarily complicated with their insults, You just say, it's shit. Dating you is shit. It's like bobbing for apples and feces. He'd obviously thought about that. Such a narcissist. Look at his dead eyes. Look at him. I bet he's got bodies in his house. No, I'm joking. This is probably all a lie. This is all allegedly, right? These women are liars. They're trying to get all of that TikTok money from him. That's what they want. Mr. Huberman, 48, an associate professor of neurology and ophthalmology at the Stanford University of Medicine, has risen to prominence because of his obsession with how to optimize one's health. According to the New York Magazine investigation, former girlfriend Sarah, not her real name, of course, caught Huberman having affairs with 5 other women, allegedly contracted the cancer-causing STI, human papillomavirus. I mean, all right, I'm sure he didn't mean to give her cancer. Let's not make this overly titillating. I would never want anyone accusing Daniel Boland, accusing me of talking about myself in the third person, or of making overly entertaining content. Okay, I want it to be moderate. We want to stay mid. I don't want to be going on 18 podcasts a week. I don't want to have to put up with Andrew Schultz, okay, and be taking Adderall all day. Let alone all the women. I can't handle the one I've got. What's she like? I experienced his rage, Sarah said, not her real name. As 2 or 3 days of yelling in a row, when he was in this state, he would go on until 11 or 12 at night and sometimes start again at 2 or 3 in the morning. It's the Adderall speaking. He can't be to blame. He's just got too big. He got too high, too far, too young, too soon. We're seeing the whole of the moon. Mr. Huberman became romantically involved with Sarah after the pair began messaging on Instagram. Uh-oh, that's never a good sign. Instagram is, it's really where all hell comes to the bubbles to the surface, isn't it? Instagram. Never strike up any kind of friendship or association with people via Instagram. Okay. Only a select few of you get responded to in my DMs. Because some of you, you're all right. But that guy sending me the videos of him doing that thing, that was uncalled for. All right? That's too far. Okay. And as I say, it's all very innocent. I'm Keanu Reeves. Think how Keanu Reeves would feel if you sent him that video. He would not be best pleased. As the relationship progressed, Sarah claims that Mr. Huberman became obsessed with her past, particularly the 2 children she had from a previous relationship. Yeah, they get this sort of monomania with things. We saw Steven Crowder with all his Adderall antics, when he was berating his heavily pregnant wife. I made a video about that last year. I'm sure some of you saw it. Or maybe you saw it on a different channel. They get obsessed with things, and it's the Adderall talking. I really believe this, by the way. I really believe this because I've heard other people say similar things, and I'm repeating it like a parrot. In 2021, Sarah tested positive for a high-risk form of human papillomavirus infection, also known as HPV, which is most commonly contracted via sexual activity and linked to 99% of cervical cancers. Disgusting. Disgusting. I can't even think about stuff like that. She says she had never tested positive for the STI before, despite getting tested regularly for 10 years. I know I'm a bit of a... what's the word for people like me? Don't put anything clever in the comments. Apprensivo. What do we call it? I cringe. I'm a prude. A bit of a prude. That's what I am. I'm a bit of a prude about this kind of thing. I'm very. What's the adjective I'm looking for now? Ooh, I'm very apprehensive. There's a better word, isn't there? Someone knows it. Someone will write it in the comments. Some helpful fellow. Anyway, the point is, STDs. I'm a bit of a... I haven't been through this dating thing. And the apps. All of the apps you degenerates use. The Tinder. I don't know about getting checked for STDs. No, sir. In 2022, Sarah saw romantic texts on Huberman's phone from a woman named Eve. Not her real name again. Her real name is Morn. An actress. Not her real profession. She's a prostitute. Anyway, like Sarah, Eve was also under the impression that Mr. Huberman was not seeing anyone else, and so the pair had unprotected sex. Is this what people call, what do they call this? Catholic guilt? Irish guilt? Catholic guilt? Something like that. Where you just feel about words. Is that what that is? I don't know. I definitely don't like people saying the word poo. You can't say that. I'm not 3 years old. However, she learned that it was not the case after noticing Sarah liking and commenting on her Instagram posts. The pair spoke over the phone and realized that they had been duped by Mr. Huberman. I honestly, this is, and I don't know if this sounds obvious to people. Liars, people who cheat and lie on their partners and stuff like that. It's so bad, isn't it? Like, I don't know. This is as I get older, I realize this. You know, maybe when I was, I don't know, younger, you probably don't see it. But when you're 48 and you're sneaking around, sending messages to different women and organising dates the same day. Oh no, I organised it on the same day. This is like a rom-com in his Adderall head, isn't it? It's insane. It's just insane behaviour. I honestly can't understand it. Like, surely the feeling of guilt, the constant, sneaking around, you'd be having panic attacks. I have panic attacks. And I just make some nice YouTube videos, you know? And even I've had a few shortnesses of breath. Imagine doing this shit. You're up to your eyeballs on Adderall, running around all the different cities, podcast here, podcast there. A date here, date there. Oh, Christ. Jesus. I've organised a date with 2 different women on the same night. How are you still alive? My heart would have stopped by now. There was also Mary from Texas, who Mr. Huberman had been seeing for years, and Alex from New York, who had been having sex with him without realising he had a girlfriend. Ugh! And the humiliation about it, right? I remember Norm MacDonald saying that it's a shameful act, isn't it? And I said that in a video once. I don't know if I believe that or not, but whenever I think of somebody else having... Ugh. That is the moment when you could never take them seriously again. Imagine if you saw Andrew Huberman in the throes of sexual ecstasy. That would be enough to ruin his YouTube forever, wouldn't it? Surely people would be like, what the fuck? Ugh, how cringe, how embarrassing. Oh my God. Anyway, the women started a group chat and corroborated the extent of Mr. Huberman's antics, and they are antics, using time-stamped text messages like Columbo. One day in Texas, Sarah had left Mr. Huberman's hotel, after which he slept with Mary and texted Eve. Oh, God. If this is all true, and I don't know, it sounds pretty true. It sounds like they've got receipts, right? As what the young people say now. They got receipts. It's just pure insanity, isn't it? IMO, right? And on one day in March 2021, on the 21st of March 2021, while Sarah was in Berkeley, Mr. Huberman had flown Mary from Texas to LA to stay with him. Crazy. While she was there, he left her looking after his dog, Costello, while he drove to a coffee shop to meet Eve, where they talked about their relationship. The guy is a psycho. Assuming all this is true. You know, it's totally psychopathic behavior. You stay here and look after my dog while I've just got to pop out and run an errand. Oh my God, I'm going to meet up with... How can this be exciting? Again, call me the fox with the grapes, but to me this is absolute madness. I would be terrified if I was in any of these situations. But then I guess a lot of the disaffected young men would just call me a massive pussy, right? You got to smash as much as you can, right? He later texted Mary, who was waiting for him, that his phone died. He texted Eve, "Thank you for being so next level gorgeous and sexy. Ugh. Sleep well, beautiful." Ugh. I've never said anything like that in my life to anyone. Ugh. Ugh. Sleep well, beautiful. Sleep well, beautiful. Are there women that like that, by the way? Don't you all find that incredibly creepy when a man's been all, "Hey, gorgeous." Fuck off. God. I don't know. I've never been suave. And I find people who are suave to be disgusting and creepy and scheming. I would know that the guy is a creep the moment I saw him. As soon as he texts me, "Sleep well, beautiful," I'd be out that door so fast. I'm just saying, can't you see it coming? What a creep. During a November 2021 episode of Mr. Huberman's podcast entitled "How Humans Select and Keep Romantic Partners in Short and Long Term," he was discussing similarities in mate preferences with evolutionary psychologist David Buss. Could you tell us about how men and women leverage deception versus truth-telling and communicating some of the things around mate choice selection, blah, blah, blah? Effective tactics for men, said Buss, are often displaying cues to long-term interest. Men tend to exaggerate the depths of their feelings for a woman. So I guess, he's picking up on all of these tips and tactics, and he's love bombing all these women, right? He's making them believe, "Hey, sleep well, beautiful. Thank you for being so next level gorgeous." Wretch. So he is like a lizard, isn't he? Picking up on all of this stuff. Let's talk about infidelity in committed relationships, said Huberman, chuckling. "I'm guessing it does happen." What a psycho. Men who have affairs tend to have affairs with a larger number of affair partners, said Mr. Buss. And so, then by definition, can't be long-lasting. You can't have the long-term affairs with 6 different partners. So this is the clip we saw at the beginning of the video. Yeah, Mr. Huberman. Unless he's juggling multiple phone accounts or something of that sort, right? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Look, we don't know if any of this is true, but I'm guessing the receipts are all there. I haven't seen them. It's all very detailed, isn't it? The text messages, the timestamps and stuff like that, which I haven't cared to corroborate. But there you go. Another hero falls, and I'm here to, try and monetize on it a little bit. Like a little gossiping rodent. Disgusting. But I ain't a fox, I can tell you that much. Check out my Patreon, new video coming out. It's already out, probably. Soon. We've got 5 videos up there already. They're amazing. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Help me become the next Andrew Huberman. Keanu Huberman. Keanu.